up, Americans? Jericho Green here with you once again. We got it. We got another piece to the puzzle. Supreme Court ruled in our favor. Now, if you read the mainstream mediocres articles, you would see how it says that they voted in Trump's favor. But they ruled in our favor to allow Trump's administration to take $2.5 billion from the military budget to put toward border wall construction. So you got the measly like $1.5 billion that we had to squeeze out of Congress, like pulling teeth. And now you have another 2.5 that we get from the military budget. So that makes it about what? 4 billion? So we're halfway to the 8.1 that Trump originally asked for. And see, that's been a common thread through all these articles and all these statements from these empty suit clowns, is that this is Trump's project. What did Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, call it? Trump's vanity project. And what did Corey Assaulticus Booker call it? Also, Trump's vanity project. Could they be reading from the same script? I think so. But then you had Beto O'Rourke talking about, if I become president, I will do everything I can to make it law that we can't build walls, and I don't want walls when you come from a fucking community that's benefited greatly from a wall. Anybody from El Paso? You come from a community, you come from an area that has a wall that watched crime drop dramatically and immediately once it was put up. But they weren't alone. We had another dummy from that clown car known as Democratic presidential candidates for 2020. Julian Castro, this dumbass was saying that there's nothing wrong with migration. What do you mean migration? Are they a bunch of fucking geese? What are we talking about here? You mean illegal aliens? Or are you talking about some foul migration? And not to be outdone, Pelosi, that's right, you take 1 part Pelosi and 1 part Schumer, shake it up, add 2 pounds of cat shit, and you get a Pelosi. They're both saying the same thing. Oh, he said Mexico was gonna pay for the border wall. This is medieval. It's not gonna do anything. How dare you take money from the U.S. military budget? Now they care about the military. People, you know how this shit goes. Republicans build up the military. Democrats tear it down. I live but a stone's throw from Fort Ord, California. And in 1994, old Slick Willie, put my dick anywhere, Clinton in 94 shut down a whole bunch of bases. So don't act like you give a shit about the military. Weren't you guys just complaining that we gave the military too much money? These clowns don't stand for anything. They don't believe in anything except power. That's it. Rewind the tape 6 to 10 years, these same people, these exact same morons were saying the opposite. Schumer said we need a wall. He said illegal immigration is wrong, end quote. Nancy's dirty ass was saying the same thing. But it's not Trump's vanity project. It's not Trump's wall. It's our wall. You forget, dummies. Hello, McFly. You're forgetting Trump is our representative. He wants what we want. This isn't something he's obsessing over and nobody else wants it. Everybody else in the country is, no, Trump, no wall, stop. And he's like, nope, I'm focused. Wall. No matter what you say. Now that is true. He is focused on getting that wall, but the rest of the country is not saying no. Most of the country is saying yes. Anybody who lives in communities that have been overrun and damaged, having jobs taken, even neighborhoods taken, by illegal aliens. They will sing a different tune. Also, another layer to this beautiful Sunday that the Trump administration is putting together, he signed a deal with Guatemala for people coming from Honduras, El Salvador, and anywhere else south of Guatemala have to begin their asylum process in Guatemala, not here. Don't you know that? If you're really seeking asylum, you're not going to come all the way here. Wow, that's fool's passing on a double line. Ignorant piece of shit. That's how people get killed. Anyway, that's where you're supposed to start your asylum claim. The very first country you come to, not the baddest #1 country on earth. I know, don't be jelly, like the kids say. I know we got it good, and you can come here. That's the thing. It's not no other people can ever come here from Central or South America. That's it, no more. No, that's not the policy. That's not the issue. Now, is it coming to a point where we need to curtail immigration, legal immigration too? Hell yeah. We should not let as many people in here every year. But we're not saying we're not letting any. What we're saying is do it right. Just like we would have to do to come into your country. I've told you before about my buddy who was going into Mexico for business, for actual business. Not to create a better life and that bullshit they tell us. He was going down there for business. They got all up in his ass with a microscope. Financial records. Legal history. Is this dude crazy? Is he a problem? Is he a felon? Is he going to contribute to our society, or is he going to take away? Those are legitimate questions that any country should be able to ask any person who wants to come into it. They checked with the sheriff's department. They wanted his mental history. They wanted to see how much money he had and he was going to be making to go down there for business. And you best believe the second his visa was up, the second his paperwork expired, his ass had to be up out of there. Period. And it wasn't just coming from the Mexican government. He, as a decent person, was going to be gone on time, was not going to overstay his visa, had no intentions of breaking the law. He was going to handle his business, do what he said he was going to do, and leave on time. I know! So why do we not require that of other people? Why do we not enforce that more? If you're here and you're on business and it's time to go, you gotta go. Because not all illegal immigration takes place over the border. That's a whole nother video. But Trump is doing what he can to stem the bleeding on the border. And they're crying, oh, how can you circumvent how can you circumvent Congress? How can you go over Congress's head? He went to you first. You said no. So he has to take other means. He has to take a different route. He's not going to give up on his goal. He's just going to acquire that goal a different way. He's going to meet that goal a different way. Don't be mad because you refused him help and he didn't give up. So, of course, the Ninth Circuit Court had something to say about that. They did not want him. He was going to introduce a bill or something that would do basically the same thing that he got from going to Guatemala. It was going to basically stop asylum claims, which we need because these aren't asylum claims. These are bullshit lies they're telling to get into our country. Let's be real. Almost 85% of people don't even show up for their fucking court date. And what would happen if you missed a court date? What would happen if some dumb American working stiff missed a court date? I saw a dude get arrested at work over parking tickets. So don't give me that shit. But of course, the Ninth Circuit Court shot it down. So he said, fuck it. You don't want to help me? You don't want to help me when I go through the proper channels? I shouldn't even say the proper channels. When I go through the usual channels, fine, I'll find another channel. Guatemala, get your ass up here. And he told them, look, either you agree to this with me, or we're going to impose tariffs. You think Guatemala can handle tariffs from us? Hell no. They were up here quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry signing that thing. They don't want none. So that's great. And of course, this story was buried. I had to go to almost to the bottom of the second page to see this story. Why is this story not leading all news outlets? Whether you agree or not, this is a big deal. We have more money to build more of the wall. I don't want to hear that bullshit. And that's what all of these clown-ass politicians were saying. Walls won't work. It won't work. Meaningless wall. Meaningless. Won't work. I beg to differ. The Vatican has one. Israel has one. Hungary has one. China has the biggest one. They work. And why would they be so against it? Try something you've never tried before. Your bullshit policies don't work. Our sorry-ass laws don't work. The wall we had in place don't work. You can YouTube a video right now of some fools with big-ass drug packs on their back hopping the wall. You're just mad because it's going to work and it's going to threaten your power. Good. Because a threat to your power is good for my power. Speaking of power, I'm going to power through this Friday of mine and get into the weekend. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.